guys, welcome back to the channel, and we got a brew day. All right, we got some Fuggles that'll go in. That's flame out. We got some East Kent Goldings. Both of these are going in at 60. Hugo here's got the grains ready, so we're just trying to come up to temp. I got about 3 gallons of water in there. I didn't bring the water up too high because I'm gonna whatever. I think it'll boil a little bit faster with less water. This big old pot on the stove, but anyway, instead of doing a whole 4 to 5 gallon boil, which it never really gets up to real boil anyway on the stove top. But so we're going to dough in a few minutes as soon as the strike water's ready. And for this porter that we're doing, we're using Windsor ale yeast, so different yeast this time. Figure because I'm not doing my Innsmouth porter, it's the same recipe, but because I'm doing a bourbon barrel porter, if that's what you want to call this, because I bought some oak chips that I'm going to soak in some bourbon for a couple days and then toss everything in to the brew after the first week of fermentation. I may shoot video of that later down the road. We'll see how I feel, but and then we'll get it in the keg and then we'll sample it and all that. So, but today the bourbon barrel porter is on the go. Here's the grains. So we got marisada, we got some chocolate, we got some rye, we got some black malt in there, and I think that's all. It's a very simple recipe. Oh yeah, 3 pounds DME. Of course, like I said, the original award-winning brew that was the porter that I did, the Innsmouth porter, that had used black or dark DME, and I can't source that anymore, and I don't feel like spending $17.99 online and then another $10 for shipping. Like, that's freaking, outrageous. I mean, so I'm gonna just use what I use. So I'm saving on the shipping. I mean, because the homebrew shop is $17.99. You go online, it's $17.99. Unless you spend hundreds of dollars, you're not going to get free shipping, right? So I digress on that. All right, so we're slowly and surely coming up to the strike temp, and I'll bring you back. And it's us getting doughed in here. Make sure we got no dough balls. Oh yeah, nice and dark. Alright guys, I'm going to get the lid on this. There's one dough ball there. I just seen it. Let me get this a really good mix. Yep, alright, so I'm going to get the lid on this, get a blanket or a jacket on it, something to maintain the temperature. Hopefully it doesn't go down too much. I don't know where we're at here. Yeah, it's pushing 160. 158, a little high, but it tends to do that. It'll say 155, 150, and then the temperature just keeps rising. I kill the heat with this pot. But whatever, I'm not going to sit there and wait. Here's what it is. It'll be alright. I always drink my beer. Alright, that's us all brewed in, guys. Well, brewed in. We just sparged it and letting it drip dry. Can't see in there, it's a little too dark. But anyway, so I'm going to try and make this come up to boil, and we're going to add our first 2 ounces of East Kent Goldings for 60 minutes. So just wait for this to come up to temperature, and we're going to do the first hop drop. All right, we got the hop break going. Woo! Look at that. All right. In goes the hops. Boom. 1 ounce or 2 ounces of East Kent Goldings for 60 minutes. Hey Alexa, set a brew timer for 1 hour.
Brew timer 1 hour. Starting now.
There you go. All right. Alrighty. There we go. And I'll bring you back for the next hop drop, which will be flame out, and then I add the DME and all that stuff. Yep. There we go, guys. That's us for today. Woo! Look how dark. Nice. still nice and dark, even without the dark DME. So, I gotta brew this, cool this down as soon as possible, but I'm hoping to do this while I take my daughter to work. You know, it's crunch time. You know, one of those things, man. It's like you're brewing and then, gotta leave. Worst thing to do is leave in the middle of a brew session, but with the time change and everything, I couldn't get up earlier to start this, so it's pretty much I'm done. So I'm hoping just to leave this like this. I'm gonna put the cover on and come back, and hopefully it'll be chilled down. I'm actually gonna put my thermometer. Let me sanitize this first. Okay. I mean, the water's still scalding hot, so I'm not worried about it. But just you know, hey, what they always say, sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. You don't want to take no chances. And, you know, got the last hop edition right here. So that's just doing like I guess what you call this, a whirlpool. As we chill this down. Alright, guys, I'll bring it back when it's in the fermenter and we're about to pitch the yeast. Alright, guys, that's it for today. There we go. We're sitting at, it cooled off pretty good. I think we're at like 60 degrees. I don't know. Like 20. Yeah, it's pretty dark. I think 22. It's hard to see. I think 20. 68. So in a week after I pitch the yeast, a week from now, into fermentation, I'm going to add these American oak chips. First, I'm going to soak these in some bourbon and then pitch the whole kit and caboodle in. And it's hard for me to read because of the bubbles. I'm looking at 1040, I think, not even 1045, so really low on the ABV. I think it's going to be, but it will be a sessionable brew, I guess. I can't, see 1040. It's hard to see. There's 1030, so I'm thinking 1040. 2, 4, 35, 2. Yeah, something like that. 1040ish. So, yeah. So we'll see how the yeast produces, you know, and see what the final gravity is going to be. So a little low on the ABV for the captain's liking. You know, grav reading anyway. I would have liked 1045, but whatever. Hey, it'll be a sessionable beer. Next time I'll add maybe a little more 2-row. You know, instead of we're gonna do 4, so I'll do 5 next go. Be on the safe side. So yeah. All right. So until we do it again, my friends, remember, let's set sail.